blah, blah, blah. I'm probably bitching at her about her fucking outfit and telling her she can't wear crop tops. And I'm like, saying mom stuff, and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. This motherfucker looks at me and she's like, oh, were you talking to me?
Oh, excuse me.
Who the fuck else is in the room, Clint Eastwood? I mean, yeah, okay, it's me, my kid, a dog, and a cat in a one-bedroom apartment. I would know if there was someone else in there that I'm talking to. So yeah, asshole, I'm talking to you. She was like, oh, I didn't think you were looking at me. Do you know what I don't have to do? I don't have to look at you to whoop your fucking ass. That's what I don't have to do. Because I know where you are. I can feel you. I sense you. Kids are assholes.
So's ours.
Yeah, he's an asshole too. But you know, we do what we can with what we have.
Got to.
But it's okay. So I get to go through life with a lazy eye, which is cool because I get to hang out with Kim Kardashian. You know, storming through life. Here we go. Woo! There's a few things about girls with lazy eyes that you don't know, and if you're not for sure, check it out for your damn self. I dare you. So we're good for letting you know if someone's coming from like behind you or from the side. Like, I got your back over here. Don't you trip. I got this. Don't even worry. I got this over here. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody calls it a lazy eye. Maybe it's just doing what I'm going to be doing in a minute, and she's like advanced, and she's just faster than the other one. I don't know. She's probably just lazy though. Always behind. However, if you want to know if you have good dick game, get yourself a girl with a lazy eye. Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to be going down through Pound Town, and as you're driving that little fucking trolley, her eyes are going to line the fuck up for like 2.7 seconds of bliss. She will see things from your perspective, Kathy. Bitch. But I promise, you're going to know. And it's going to be a game. She'll be like, have her eyes closed. She'll be like, oh yeah. You're like, open your fucking eyes. Open your fucking eyes. Like in Vanilla Sky, she's like, open your eyes. You're like, let me see your fucking eyes. It's aggressive. If you're into that. So if people came with a Carfax, and it came with all of your amenities, your luxury features, and your special upgrades, I got my upgrade installed because I got new boobs. They're fucking, they are fucking neato. I learned that I like to do things that I didn't like to do before, and I can do things that I couldn't do before. Like I can move them. Couldn't do that before. That's new. So that's fun. I don't know if you can see that. I like clapping now. Clapping is fucking fun. That's fucking great. I was like, that's never happened before. Look at that. That's fucking cool. It's fun being able to wear a sports bra and it not looking like I just got one like uniboob, just good pecs. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what's happening there. Because nowadays you never know what's happening because kids get to pick if they want to be fucking trees or not. But you know, as long as you love them. And I love my kid most of the time because she sleeps a lot. That's when I like her the most. Because that's when she listens. Because I don't have to tell her anything. She's in junior ROTC, was really proud of that. Then I find out the motherfucker isn't even turning into work for that. Do you know what you have to do to be in ROTC, guys? You gotta show up in your uniform once a week. You gotta participate in PT once a week. Okay? She's like, well, I didn't take my uniform. And I was like, but I washed it. Yeah, I didn't want to wear it. And she's wearing like this fucking homemade tutu. She's such a wife. She's got like 14 pairs of like netted fishnets that she's made into like gloves. And I don't understand it because she wears shorts and then she wears like leggings with it. She looks like she's always ready to just be in a mosh pit. Because she's been in one time. She got her ass thrown. She's like as tall as I am, minus these boots. So I'm like 5'7", so is my daughter. So she's 14, she's like 5'7", but she's this fucking big around. This fucking big. I don't know where she gets it from. It ain't me. This poor kid is in a mosh pit. She's giving it all she's got. She's all elbows. I promise you, this kid's all elbows and legs. It's so sad. And then all you see is this little, and she's so pale white. She's almost see-through and iridescent. She's got fire red hair, and you just see her launch through the air into a fucking table. Because I don't fuck around. We went to concerts. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have time for you not to be having a good fucking time because I'm trying to have a good time. So let's do this. So she went to things. We did things. We went to concerts, all kinds of punk concerts. And that was her. She always is trying to get into another mosh pit. I have no idea why she has a death wish. Because she's still this big around. And still cannot defend herself to this day. She still tells people, my mom will whoop your ass. I remember her telling kids that in like 3rd grade. She'd be like, oh yeah? I'll tell my mom. And I'm like, well, what am I going to do? She was like, you can hit them. And I said, I cannot hit other people's kids. I can threaten to, I can want to. But it's not the fucking 80s anymore. You can't hit other people's kids. Because we can't hit our own kids anymore. And that's a fucking shame. Because I have wanted to beat the brakes off that kid so many times. Lord help me. That's when crimes of passion happen. I'm like, this is why people drown their children. This moment. This one right here with her little ass talking about, I didn't know you were talking to me. That's why you get drowned, honey. That's why you get drowned. But I understood in that moment. I was like, I could do this right now. And I would not feel too much guilt about it in the moment. Maybe later. But not right then. Shit. Now we're all thinking about drowning our kids, aren't we?
Lord, huh?
No, don't think that. That's terrible. That's terrible. I tell her all the time, I'm like, I love you enough that I give you enough dysfunction too. But you're not gonna be like a school shooter. You could probably be a serial killer though still. That's still up in the air. We'll never know. We'll never fucking know. But you're not gonna be a school shooter. I'm not gonna be that mom. I don't do PTA. I'm not trying to be involved with your school in any way, shape, or form because they hate calling me to the school. Because in 1st grade, they told me my daughter was a white supremacist. Because she said white pride during Black History Month. So they called me to the school. Here I come. I'm like, what the fuck did this motherfucker do now? She's bad. Y'all, she wrecked a bus, okay? She wrecked a school bus, okay? She's bad. So it's 1st grade, and I'm like, what'd she do? They were like, well, we believe that Maya has said some things that are controversial and they're white supremacist related. And I said, well, what did she say? Like, oh my God, we don't talk that way in my house. You know what I mean? Like, we don't, who the fuck? She said, white pride. I said, oh dear God. Stop it. She said, what? Well, yeah. And I was like, what, did she hail Hitler? And the principal looked at me and was like, my next comment to this fucking principal, I'll never ever forget because I couldn't help myself because I've got a foul mouth. And I said, are you fucking fisting me right now? And that principal looked at me like she'd never heard those words in the same sentence ever in her whole life. Which is sad for her because that shit's funny as hell. And I said, I'm sorry. But seriously, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my whole life. And she was like, well, and I said, so those kids were saying it, so she joined in because, well, she can't say that she's black because we can all see that she's not. And so she doesn't understand the difference. And she was like, well, I said, well, if you ever call me up here for something so fucking stupid ever again, I said, I'll have your fucking job. That school never called me. She went there until fucking 7th grade. They never called me again. Not for a damn thing. Not until she wrecked the bus anyway. And they still didn't really call me for that. I just got a recording that says, your child has been involved in a motor vehicle accident on the bus. There were no injuries, right? I have no idea my kid has caused the fucking wreck. So here comes like Tuesday, and I drop her off at the bus stop. And then I get called from the school, and she's crying. She's like, Mom, I can't ride the bus home. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why can't you ride the bus home? And she was like, because I got suspended from the bus. I said, why did you get suspended? She was like, because of the bus crash. I said, right? What did you have to do with the? Because I've heard all of it up until she's the one that hit the air release on the fucking bus.
Oh.
So she sends the bus rolling ever so gingerly into a parked car. There's no damage, nothing like that. But they, like, oh my God, you would have thought my kids set somebody on fire the way that they acted. And I was like, well, wait a second. Because I'm all about accountability. I love when people take accountability for their own shit. Why in the hell did you leave a running bus of middle school children unattended with a bus running where they had access to do it? Now, should she have done it? Fucking no, and she knew better. Should she have access to it? Fucking no. And they knew better. They avoided my call for the rest of the damn school year. So now they just don't even take my call at all no more. Like, the school district's like, oh shit, she's calling. Just don't even, whatever it is, like, just pass her kid, whatever. Just don't let her on the fucking bus. She's still banned from the bus. Damn. Anyway, that's my kid. Woo!
Hey!
Ebony Red. Wow. Amazing.